Hey y'all, it's Heel Heat time.
Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles and on this episode we're going to discuss why WWE and New Japan Pro Wrestling should work together. Now let's jump right into it. We're going to go with some pros for each company. There's not many cons to this, so I left that all together. We're going to keep everything that we think could help each other out. First off, we're going to start off with what could help New Japan. Of course, you're going to help them get exposure in North America where WWE is king. More world exposure where they're going to be able to go into more countries than just Asia. They're trying to expand. We know they're going to Australia. They're coming back to America this year. So a little bit more exposure. Make their company more worldwide. Can't hurt. Also, with partnering with WWE, maybe they start bringing over some of WWE's promotional tactics or the spectacle tactics. Make a show like Wrestle Kingdom, which is already huge, even bigger with some help from WWE. Learning what they do, learning how they market, learning different things to bring more of a spectacle to what's already a great wrestling product. Now, some things that would help WWE in the partnership. WWE technically has 4 touring rosters right now. You have Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and 205 Live. 205 Live, you see both taped after SmackDown and you see the wrestlers wrestle on Raw. But it's basically its own separate thing. It's its own entity. So you have 4 rosters that need to be bolstered. You need to bring in new blood to keep them going fresh, to keep them interesting. Well, now a lot of this can happen by call-ups from NXT, trades between Raw and SmackDown, superstar shakeups and drafts. But some of it's kind of static. You're not going to see many people. You're not going to see John Cena go down to NXT. You're not going to be able to see Braun Strowman going down 205 Live. Just isn't happening. So some of it could get a little bit stale and some of it a little repetitive. Bringing in and partnering with New Japan, you could bring in guys to help keep that from happening. Also, much like I said with the spectacle helping out New Japan can help WWE with their in-ring presentation. We all know, and it's almost a given at this point, that the in-ring product in New Japan is light years better than what the WWE is offering us. So, much like the WWE's production's light years better than New Japan's, maybe a little bit of a meeting where they don't have to copy and be New Japan, but maybe bring some of what makes New Japan special into the WWE. Just my opinion could help each company out a bit. Now, speaking of helping each company out a bit, stuff that's going to benefit both mutually. We talked about it a little bit, a talent exchange. We got talent exchange we can have dream matches. Maybe New Japan lends Tanahashi to WWE so we could have Tanahashi versus Cena maybe at like SummerSlam. And then WWE in return lends Randy Orton to New Japan so we can see Randy Orton versus Kazuchika Okada at Wrestle Kingdom. Or puts Randy Orton in the G1. Something like that. Something similar where tit for tat the dream matches that we have or that we all want to see kind of get filled a little bit. I mean, we've already seen a little bit, and I understand at the time Liger, and he still is pretty much a free agent, But we've seen Jushin Liger come over and work with NXT against Tyler Breeze, so there's a little bit of a precedent set. I know it's not necessarily, he did so with New Japan's blessing, don't get me wrong. But you can see where, as wrestling fans, we would want this. You could also do another thing that WWE can incorporate, which New Japan does excellently, where they have their young lions go out on excursion and go to different companies and work all over the world. As part of the talent exchange, WWE has over 100 people down in the Performance Center. You see maybe 30 of them on NXT. So there's 70 people that are not getting TV time. Some of them just for the fact that there's just not enough time to go around. So why not let some of the guys from the Performance Center go learn in the New Japan dojo for a while, and vice versa. Why not send some of the young lions over to NXT for their excursions? Help them build their character there, help them work in the Performance Center. Again, mutually beneficial. Keeps the rosters fresh, helps each other learn each other's styles, give more of a global impact. Now, someone like Kitamura, could you imagine seeing Kitamura on WWE? He's exactly what they would love to push as a foreign talent. Have him have a run for a year, maybe a year and a half, and then go back to New Japan. Be perfect. The other thing is that you can promote dream cards on both streaming channels. Imagine a show in Japan for WWE being on New Japan World. And imagine a show on New Japan does in America being on the WWE Network. Or being streamed on both. I think it would help get eyes to both products. You could have, promotion during Raw. When they lend a guy like Okada comes over, you can say, hey, you want to go see Okada's great matches? Go sign up for New Japan World. Or when Orton goes to Japan, or whoever it may be, hey, if you want to go see some of Orton's great matches, sign up for WWE Network. Again, mutually beneficial. Now we could have straight up trades where guys that aren't necessarily bad or not getting over or just grown stale could be moved and shared between companies. Guys like Dolph Ziggler and the Ascension, who are going nowhere and treading water in WWE, could be used better maybe in New Japan. And on the same token, a Hiroki Goto, while he's hitting a glass ceiling in New Japan, might come to WWE. Absence may make the heart grow fonder over here in New Japan. While he's having a good WWE run, comes back and becomes a main event guy, finally breaks through and wins the World Championship. We can also see stuff like full-on groups from Japan come to WWE. Imagine a Suzuki-Gun invasion, either attacking someone like Shelton Benjamin, who used to be a member, or the New Day, or, Gallows and Anderson, or anybody. Or even, John Cena, just coming out and announcing their presence. You can also have dream tag matches. Let's say Nakamura is having trouble with a pair of heels, like maybe the Bar. Nakamura says, at the next pay-per-view, I have the answer. The numbers game's on you. You got, let's say, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are teaming up, beating up Nakamura. He goes, on the pay-per-view, I have a surprise. The surprise is former stablemate in Chaos, Kazuchika Okada. We get Okada and Nakamura versus Zayn and Owens. Who wouldn't want to see that? Who wouldn't want to see these great talents working together again? And stuff like Finn Balor being in the best of the Super Juniors, or let's say Cedric Alexander or Mustafa Ali. Some of the guys that need to get that little bit of build to help the 205 Live become something special. Vice versa, you could have Hiromu Takahashi coming over working 205 Live, Bushi working 205 Live, some of the great Super Juniors like Will Ospreay coming over, and making 205 more special. All in other words, I think, in my opinion, it would be mutually beneficial for both companies to think about it, to consider doing this. It would benefit the fans immensely. Everything on here is pro for us altogether. I mean, who wouldn't love to see some of these things happen? I mean, who wouldn't want to see... Imagine Minoru Suzuki staring down John Cena or Roman Reigns. I mean, how crazy would that moment be? But basically, that's all I have to say on that. If you like what I'm saying, please hit the like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment down there. Think if some things that I may have missed or something you think may also benefit this pairing, leave it in the comments. Let me know what you think. My name is George Coles, and this has been another episode of Heel Heat.